Hey, what's up, guys? Sanjay here. First of all, I want to apologize for not sticking to my word for the 50-day video challenge and the daily uploads. We're going to change it to the 50-day-ish video challenge. But regardless of that, today it's going to be all on the computer. No seeing my beautiful and handsome face. Not that I'm sick or anything. I don't have the world's worst immune system, contrary to popular belief. I accidentally ate a blueberry slushy before recording this video, and my teeth and lips are just stained blue, and I figured that probably wasn't a good look. So, we're going to talk about my 2018 goals for today, and essentially how I break them down into easier, attainable benchmarks so I know I'm on the right path, and how you guys can do the exact same thing so that whether whatever you're doing is actually, you know, helping you on that journey towards your goal. So let's start with the big one, which is the income goal. So my 2018 income goals, and honestly, one of the main reasons I'm doing this is actually to keep myself accountable, because I hope to keep this channel and constantly be uploading throughout 2018. So at the end of 2018, if I'm not hitting my goals, I'm kind of putting that little social pressure on me in order for me to actually keep myself accountable and keep myself on track, because I don't want to be, I don't want to get embarrassed and be like, oh yeah, stuff didn't work out. I don't want to make any excuses and, all that other stuff. So my income goals for 2018 are going to be $120,000. Now, this is a crap ton of money, and I mean, yeah, it is. And the reason I chose this number is specifically because it comes down to about $10,000 a month. And I want to make 5 figures a month. That is my baseline goal for this year. So what do I exactly do? So right now, I'm not really focusing on building any kind of e-commerce store right now. Right now I'm doing mostly client work. So for an average client, so let's see, 10,000 a month. So the average client for paid traffic, they're usually is paying about $2,000 a month for someone to manage their Facebook ads and their Google AdWords. So I would charge a flat fee of $2,000 a month. Now, obviously this seems pretty easy. All I need to get is, 5 clients and I make 120 grand. Well, it's a little bit more intense than that. I honestly think if I can do this as like a solopreneur where it's just me and I'm not, hiring people, hiring copywriters and content writers and, having like a virtual assistant and all this stuff, I think the current base state, I think the most I could probably do in a month is about 3 clients at 2,000 a month. So that's about $6,000 a month. And obviously, if anyone here has ever worked in client relations, you know that this is not exactly a stable income. These people are usually only with you for about 4 to 6 months, and then they usually go to somewhere else, or they're like, oh, thanks for setting everything up, but maybe we can manage it from here. That's usually how it is. And a lot of these clients could be on more than the scaling side, so they might just come in for a product launch, spend $100,000, make $250,000 back, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna go back and just keep emailing the list, and then when we have the next product, we'll come back to you in order to try and scale it up. So I think 3 clients is about as much as my bandwidth could really take. It's just one person in a house, so that's about as much as I could do. So another thing that I really want to do is really grow my agency, and I think a lot of consulting agencies, they don't have a lot of low ticket offers. So, if you are willing to spend $2,000 a month on someone to manage your ads, you're usually not exactly on the beginner side. You have a well-established business. You're usually on the scaling, optimizing side. So I kind of want to do I really enjoy doing one-on-one consulting calls with people who might just be getting started, or people who are making that transition into that intermediate space where they really kind of understand what's going on and everything's starting to click. So for those people, I kind of want to do sort of a membership site where it's maybe $100 per month, and then I do kind of like a monthly, actually I probably do like a bi-weekly ad account audit. I think that'll probably be help. I obviously won't be trying to sell a course like everyone else in the world. The reason I think this will actually be really, really helpful for people is because, information without context is just really useless. And so I think I can actually like really help like some of the newer beginners. And this I could honestly actually scale simply because, as the initial crowd gets in, all I would need to do is hire like more Facebook ads or Google AdWords experts to do like the audits. Because at the end of the day, this is just one giant math problem. And, you can find people who can really, do a good job of that. So if I was going to get these $100 per month membership sites, which I've been actually kind of working on recently, I would probably need, honestly, the bandwidth on that would probably be about 50 people. Because, let's be honest, if we're doing like, a 30-minute to a 1-hour consulting call, there's only so many freaking hours in the day. So 50 people at $100 per month, it's, what is that, like 5,000? Yeah, $5,000. So yeah, now we're at about $11,000. So yeah, we're pretty close to our goal. And then on top of this, me and my friend are starting a new Shopify store. And this Shopify store is a little bit different in the sense that we're actually going to be creating the product ourselves. I think we're kind of at a point where we understand how to market stuff. So we're going to try and take that next step and really separate ourselves from the competition by actually just making our own product. So obviously I will, keep everyone updated about how this is going. So I want to hopefully take the Shopify store to at least 1 to 2K a month profit. And honestly, that's actually really easy to do once you're actually making your own products and bulk ordering them. Because, I don't know, like there's a lot of products out there where you can bulk order from, Alibaba or whatever, and the margins are like super, super cheap. Like if you ever get like one of those fashion watches, you can get one of those fashion watches from Alibaba for about $10. But simply because they have the logo of some company, that company might charge like, like $150 for that watch. So the markup is, hundreds upon hundreds of percents. The markup is just insane. Okay, so now that we know the numbers that we're trying to shoot for, let's actually get into the fun stuff, which is actually the funnels that's going to accomplish these goals. So for the client funnel, the 3 clients for $2,000, the best way to sell a high-ticket offer in 2018, in my opinion, is through webinars. So it's going to go Facebook ad to webinar to application, god dang, to call to me closing on the call. Okay. So let's say I spend $5,000 on Facebook ads and I get 1,000 leads. Okay, so out of 1,000 leads, about 100 people will attend my webinar. And then out of 100 people, the average will probably be about 20. We'll schedule a call. And this is kind of why I have the application, is essentially to vet people who, might not exactly be my ideal client. If they're not willing to spend $10,000, a month on Facebook ads, then they're probably not going to be able to afford someone or afford to pay someone $2,000 to manage, their Facebook ads. So that's kind of what the application comes in. It's kind of like a pre-screening, so I don't waste their time and they don't waste my time. So out of 20, I probably will close about one person. Sales calls are not exactly something that I'm very familiar with. I haven't really done them that often, so I'm going to go with pretty much the bottom half of the industry average, which is about 5%. So Now, I know what you're thinking. $5,000 is quite a lot to spend on 1,000 leads on ads in order to get this one sale. But I improved my yearly income by $24,000. So really, I had a what is this, like a 4x ROI? So yeah, I had like a 4 times return on my initial investment, because if this client stays with me for a year, which I hope he will. And so that's exactly what my goal is. My goal is to get 1,000 leads from Facebook for my webinar runs. That's my goal, because if I can get 1,000 leads, I can get at least one person to become a client. So actually, I guess that would mean that I'd need 3,000 leads. So I'd need 3,000 leads from Facebook in order to get my ideal number of 3 clients. So yeah, guys, that's kind of how I break it down. Essentially, I break it down to one metric that I need to hit, which is leads. And this is essentially a metric that I can actually kind of like try and optimize for this, and then I know which part that I would need to improve later down the funnel. And so I don't want to get into obviously the membership site or the Shopify store funnel just yet. You guys will definitely see the Shopify store funnel in a future video. But yeah, that's essentially my goals, and that's kind of what I want to show with you guys is like, really, really get your goals down to just one metric that you can just aim at. Because if I just woke up every day and was like, all right, I need to make my computer shit money today so that at the end of the year I'll have $120,000 in my bank account. That's not really the ideal way of doing it. You have to go from what your big goal, from general to narrow to just like hyper narrow, to the point where all I need to do is get these many leads for me to hit this goal. That's essentially the way you need to look at it. You need to have a number that you can control and then just focus on just getting that number, and everything else should fall in line. So guys, sorry if I kind of rambled on this video. I don't know, my voice is actually kind of starting to crack towards the end of it. But anyway, if you guys found any value in this video, please hit subscribe, like, comment. I'm going to try to go back on the daily upload grind. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be back making Facebook ad videos and stuff like that. I just wanted to make this quick video. This is actually going to be my first video on YouTube, but it kind of got delayed because, just a bunch of stuff keeps coming up. And yeah, I'll also introduce you guys to my website and stuff later too, and the Shopify store. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully tomorrow you will see my face. And that's it, guys. All right, take it easy now.